Welcome back to our first series of Foundation, also known as Boundary 1. We had a bit of a issue at the end of last episode. I accidentally deleted my manor. I don't. It does bug me a bit the way that part of the game is designed where it doesn't tell you when you say destroy building, it doesn't tell you that I'm actually destroying the entire building. I wanted to destroy one individual building, and I assumed that was the one I was getting rid of, but no, that was too easy. The reason why that is I think I needed to go into the building. So now I've got to spend all the time rebuilding everything. Fortunately, my tool system is come. I'm going to get it back, but that means I've got to do everything, if you get what I mean. But we might make some, because we've got some updates on this, we might make some nice changes. So it may or may not be a good idea. Now we could make a change to the church. I don't know whether it has. I mean, it has a few decorations. We don't get nothing for that, though. How much? But anyway, let me come on, guys. Get me thing back running again. She's blasting this out. Oh, that's really annoying. Although it might pay, in some respects, it might actually pay dividends to do this. Right. Let's. I'm wondering if we can extend. No, see, it doesn't allow me to extend this building. Okay, that's fine. I do get these things, which is what I was trying to do before, but apparently it's the way I was doing it, is what they say. See, you can increase that one. Ooh. Well. That looks pretty, well, I better go new one. Oh, I like that. I like that. I'm going to build that. I need to add that. Right, we haven't had it a doer. Which is what these were, but I want a nice one, so I'm having one of them. I'm going to do yes. The visitors. I need to tell them where they want to be. I suppose they could be here. I don't see what makes any difference unless I have them in the garden. But I need to add a taxation building. Now, it doesn't tell me what the taxation building has to look like. I could put one of them on there. Ooh, shiny. I could... It doesn't, like, you see what I mean? It doesn't line up the centre of that. They don't particularly like that. I'm now gonna edit, and it had a bit. Where's the bailiff? I think it was a large one of these. Yeah, see, even that can go. Well, I'm quite happy with that. I think I need some weather vanes. Where do they come in? See, rotation should allow you to rotate it at like an angle, but it doesn't. Oh, good. You see what I mean? I would want to press a button and it should do 90 degrees, or you know what I mean, and not have to funny about with this damn thing. I'm not saying it's not bad, it's just a right pain. It's a right pain! Now I've got to get all that back in. Like I said, last time it deleted it and I didn't want to delete it. But it may not look as bad as all that in a bag of cheese. Oh, and the rose bush. Play the tier 2. Oh, I'm gonna have to get some of that. Oh, I can't do any of this because I haven't got the building to actually do anything. Because some person decided it was a good idea to accidentally delete the damn building. But never mind. This is here to annoy us. I suppose in a way you can. The idea of it is you can change the building to almost your heart's content, which is not a bad idea, but it can be a little finicky at best. Now they're missing resources. How much resources have I got? I've got no wheat, no thing. Obviously, that means I've got to have more wheat, more places that I can have wheat. Well, I have got this. I think I've got rid of that. Yes, so this could be a wheat one as well. I could have a couple of them here. I've got 16. Let's... Let's have one there, maybe. I'm trying to sort of saying, well, this half is your half and that half is your half. But I'm not trying to do like a straight one. I thought I'd try and do something like that. Okay, get rid of that. That's like a blueprint. And do me another one here. Because I'm going to assume that they will come out and do what I want them to do. Maybe there. Maybe there. I'm not saying they'll come out and go walk down, but 25 for that. 25 for that. That'll give me the double amount of... And I can use some of them villagers to get wheat. It may have not worked. But... Ah, there we go, you see. Now, this is almost gone. It's taken a long time to get going. But this should... I assume go back to wheat eventually. I don't know. How are we doing? Have I got my... yes, I have got one of the buildings ready. It's not too shabby. Reach 5 labour splendor with village market. I don't particularly want to do that. My my labour splendor has gone down to absolutely nothing. Although I quite like this though. But I suppose you could see. That's the. I think that's the. Yeah. Because this is these are two. This is the great mansion. Now you could have another one, I suppose. Like we've got this here. There's no reason why, if I didn't actually, if I, do that, you could have one there. I suppose you could have one if you really wanted to be. Would that see that would go in there, but it doesn't. It doesn't fit on a point. Which means it's not straight then, which is right annoying. You'd have to do that. For it to be, a part of the... I suppose that's where that is actually, saying that. And, It's not a bad idea. I could... The thing is, in the Great Hall of the Greatness... The greatness of the Great Hall... We're just waiting for this, I think. As my dudettes are not really doing a lot. This takes forever. Why does it take such a long time to do polished stone? I mean, there should be buffering the hell out of that. There's no way to... Yeah, see, I could get if I rotate this, put that on there. Now that's the opposite to that one, which isn't too bad. It's costing me 4. It's costing me stone, and I've got tons of stone, and it's costing me lots. Yeah, let's go for it. Then we can have another 2 of them on there, maybe. That's a bit small. I'm well doing this. It's getting bigger. That's what's. I still obviously got to get the labour up because that's not going to, you know, the other parts of it. So I've got to still edit this and go to. I mean, Chewy didn't give me anything. I just got the cock on the weather vane, but like I said, I don't like the I mean, is that alright? Or should I do it this way? Well, not too sure. I mean, they will build that up. That obviously gives me a lot more room to start thinking about how this should be. I mean, that's still full. That be full, that be. I've got 115 wood. Are they trying to say that that's not... Ah, well, it's probably won't do it because of this. Because I can't actually get into the building. So I do believe it's this here. Well, that's the only thing I can think of. Go on, my son. Give it some play. Anyway, that building is that building. Oh, let's go down to 1. I think I could do deposits, but I don't think it makes too much of a difference. Let's get a 3 in. Let's get 3 in. Right, the area that I want to paint. It says it's too small. This video is too close to the current amount of workers. Don't get it. I don't get why that is there, but let's not worry about that. Oh, this is going to be a bigger area than I originally anticipated. So. I think that's an adequate size. I'll tell you what I'll do. Right, that'll do. It's not going to build it on there, but it'll do it on there. That's not too bad. we It looks a bit weird because they're facing this way, but they're facing that way. That probably wasn't the best idea any ever had, but still, it's an idea. Remember, we can fiddle with this. Oh, I've got that building up and running. So this is the granddaddy of them all. And I've got to make sure that I've got to select, if I want a sub-building, not have it connected to the, the thing itself. This has got 6 now. We have got enough to get there. It's only the inner entrance that I'm waiting for. But that was annoying though, I must admit. Getting rid of that. Aha! See? Yeah. So we were right. I was right then that after a period of time, this section here that had the old camp, lumber camp is now gone. So now we've got an additional thing. The only trouble is this stone here, but I don't think that actually makes any difference whatsoever. We'll see. I'm definitely waiting for this to get open. I've got enough tools because I've got the thing on saying, give me the tools back. I have the tools on. No access. No access to refined food. That's probably true because there's no food in there yet. I don't want to do that. That has given me a couple of hundred. Oh, what if you do them? See, that says trade route. That's a trade route. So you just might just do it. It doesn't matter that. Not too sure. If I'd have done the normal entrance, it wouldn't have been a problem. But clearly, I didn't want to do that. Now, all my 40 Splendor has been absolutely decimated. Although I could get... It could actually... we got this. This does feel a little bit better. That's going to give me a 3. Well, that's the... What the... Oh, I see. It gives me a, like a window, doesn't it? I didn't know that. That's another one. I'll do that with this one as well. I'll only get... I don't think I get, like, a lot more for it, but... Yeah, there we go, you see. Although it's annoying that actually the... it's annoying that the actual building isn't a flipping way. So I'm putting these up for absolutely nothing really, but what the hell. It doesn't do anything. There you go, see, 13. We're still waiting for the other bits to get back in. Ah, well, I'm miffed with that. These are on a different cycle as well, so they might actually do quite well. No, that's on a... Probably going to need a hell of a lot of wheat then to justify getting all this. I can't, still bugs me. I'll get another one, that'll give me 3. Yeah, that's a better one. They ain't going to be happy though. I know you're not going to be happy, villagers, but there's not much I can actually do about that because I was a numpty and got rid of this, but I wasn't actually supposed to do it. Although it does look a little bit more plush. Yeah, I quite like that. Oh, flipping hell, that's at 33. See, we could move these, because these are buildings that that we can actually move, let's say, onto the end here. I haven't decided. I wouldn't say I particularly like it there, like, I must admit. But it needs to be obviously bigger and bigger. It's got to be looking fine and dandy, I suppose. Do I like it? I think that's okay. And we'll what? No worker assigned. Right, I've moved that. It looks a bit more plush. These I can... I mean, you can obviously have a few, you know? But I don't particularly like... I wish it had... Right, that's gonna now... Yeah, I see. Now it looks like a... I wish it didn't have this here, though. You could put like a flat side or a... I don't mind that, but it's just this... I wish this was like this. I've made them into the... I know you can edit these, and you could get these actually bigger, but it just looks a bit weird. I'm still not sure saying that looks right, to be honest. It looks a bit douchey. I'd sort of want to get rid of... The trouble is, I can't get rid of this building here. I can't swap a part of the building out. Because this, as you can see, is an entire building. If I delete, it will delete the entire lot again. And I don't want to go through that trauma. So it would be nice to say, split up the build, you know, like, split up the building and say, split this away, and it splits this part away from the building itself, you know, the other stuff. Because that way, I could say, right then, I don't want these. I can have these two as it, and it looks more of a. It looks more of a right building then. Although maybe them having a few of these is a bit too excessive, but still. But anyway, 57 is not too bad. I still don't like... I just don't like that. I don't like the way they are. It just doesn't look right. To me. Like, if I have that... Is that alright? It's obscuring things, but still. See, that would have been alright on the end. don't like this. Can I put it there? Does that look not the worst in the world, does it? Sorry about this. But you know what it's like when something just doesn't look right. That looks a bit evil. I quite like that idea. And then I could see. I'm trying to get to 75 over here, so I've got to keep updating the thing. This is what I was trying to, you know, there. Right, that's giving me a bit better. It's doing that again. I don't know why. I still got no food. I've got 0 of everything anymore. Don't mind that goods thing. It's looking a bit more evil, which isn't looking too... See, that's... Well, apart from it being slightly high. See, I can do that. But that's not what I wanted to do. $66. Don't leave it like that either. I suppose I could have a picket fence. Rustic stem. See, that's not the worst. That sort of fits in. I'll dump him here. I'm trying to get this up to 70 something. That's what I'm trying to do before we get 4 for that. Does that actually work? I suppose it does. I could have sworn I couldn't do that to start with. It allows you to go upwards, but it doesn't allow you to go longer. But it's got some slight more charm to it. At least it's not taking out this. Although I could move it, but, you know. It looks a bit more natural. Yeah, that might get us a 7. Ooh, there we go, my friends. I got there. Column path tier 3 reached. So that means now we're unlocking more. So one could argue, and I'm sure you would argue that yes, you failed in the attempt and got rid of the thing, but actually that might actually not be a bad idea, because when you unlock stuff you can redesign it, which gives you a bit more. Paved roads. Now that's not a bad thing, although that's quite an expensive thing. Something's just improved. Unlocks the production of beer and entertainment resource. Wheat farm, hop farm, brewery. But the slight. There's a tavern then. Should I get this? I think I will. Manor City Architecture. Unlock city parts for your manor. But roof, hall. Okay, I can't do any of that. Oh, that's just decided to... must be unlocked. Goods market. Oh, that's this. Unlocks the production of common wares, a good resource. I'd still like to have, I think, wheat improvements going to be a massive thing to unlock. Can start up to 50 output resources. I thought you could already just. Oh, it's a barn. Tooling shack adds two to the total worker capacity. Can start up to 10 output resources. I'm going to get that. Now I want the beer production. Now we've got the tavern, but the trouble is I don't think unless we get the unlocks the production of common wares and good resources. That's stuff that we'll get it. I've just paid the cash. So we got some new buildings, which the hops farm and the brewery. And some more building parts. And some more building parts. And some more building parts. Well, there we go. Where's the tavern then? Hee hee! Fancy meals and drinks. I see that. I reckon I reckon the law of averages is... Oh, here we go. Some British think the Treasury would benefit from new means of taxation. However, remind you that the taxation service will not make you very popular with labourers. Let's tax windmills. I like that idea. Because I got rid of... oh, is that the windmill one? I do a 5%. I need to get... It's either that, you're going to have to give me money... You're going to have to give me money another way. Now, if we look at the territory, we've got this territory. It would be nice to have a decent place that's a farm. Now there's no reason why I couldn't get rid of you know, let's say this for an example. But I just thought it might be an idea to maybe have this one. I don't know. Doesn't look that big, does it? We've got some stone there. Although I wouldn't say it was the worst one in the world. Although what we could do is, I have a plan. Is why don't we host the like here we've got the residential, as we can see. If I was to buy another one, why don't I take that down and then allow that to be increased, and then I could get the hops on in this section, because I'd like to have the hops and that close. The only bit of a problem is that it will take a while for all of the land to go back to where it was originally, which may or may not be a problem. But it might be better to do that. Now, the only thing I can think is, see, obviously I own that. That means all this land here would actually be housing instead of being housing there. I like that idea. If I cut, say, this section out. In fact, I'll cut that section out there. Yep. Oh, he ain't going to be very happy with me. But I'll say, get in line. Right then. And then what I can do... is do that. Now don't get any ideas doing it there. No, hell, I pressed the wrong button. Now, obviously, the well is going to be a bit of an issue. We've got our bit here, and I've got this here. Why don't I put maybe a well here? Quite expensive. Is that well? Okay, that's fine. Then I can get rid of this well. Oh, you've just taken up that bit, haven't you? Because now you've got the room to do it. Right. Flood. Hops. We're gonna want at least, I reckon, I want one there. So this is the, obviously, to the ground. I think that's not too bad. The trouble is that's going to cost me a lot more than money I have, I think. Don't want a straight line though. Right, give me that. Right, that's fine. Build, build, and build. Obviously, that just cost me quite a lot. So I'll get something in this centre, and I'll get something here, and I'll get some there. It may only need 2, but I've got enough. That's going to allow me to obviously put a bit here and a bit round there. So by getting rid of that, maybe the manor has helped the situation slightly more than I anticipated. It looks like the demon. It looks like the demon child of thing, doesn't it? But it's not too shabby. But I think we'll be okay. We're gonna how much food? So we got a food, that's fine. We got a berries there. And the fish is still on sale. I could get rid of one. I could get rid of this now. Which would obviously allow me even more room. Now, I'll send most of it round here. And the trouble is obviously this road here I'll eventually go. I know, probably there's not enough housing. But you'll just have to make do with it. I'm only down at Yeah, well, get walking. Stop being a babby ass. Oh, let's go for it. I just noticed I've only got 65 wood left. I've got a bit carried away with the old wood here. It's progressing. I'm doing a episode rollout, if you like. I don't know what I call it. I'm going to call that something else. I don't like the name of that, but end episode. So I've rebuilt the manor to some that looks like the evilest thing that could ever be, but it may change again eventually. You know what I'm like with changing things. Anyway, so we know we can mess about with heights and things and whatever else. I think I wish I'd have had these two buildings here as the taxation and the bailiff. So that might change again in the future. So just hold up on the thought of that. We've obviously got the farms. We've got more farms. We've still don't seem to have enough farmage, if that's the word. Also, I'm now getting hops, but I'm still going to have to produce the tavern, which I think I would like to have the tavern here somewhere. We're not produce it. I'm going to have to unlock it, I think. Or I've already... No, I have unlocked the tavern, haven't I? It was this. No, well, it wasn't that, was it? What am I on about? No, it's just bigger, and it's just the tavern. Well, I think that's all it is. But we'll see. Ah, you see. So I could have that as well. See, paved roads would be a good news. I assume that's to do with... it would make it faster. But I also think if you had the paved roads, I wonder if they degrade. Now, obviously, we know that this... We know from this here... And was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. That after a while, the wheat fields, this will go, which will get me more. That's why I've got rid of that. Because I thought, well, I've got 5 things, and I still can't seem to produce enough. Unless it's to do with the way that this is done. I don't know. It's what it said it actually could, doesn't it? So there's that question. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. We will see you in the next one where we try not to destroy things. But maybe it was a good idea at the time. Who knows? The other one I can see me having to redo this completely, maybe in an episode, because I still don't like these towers. I think I'd rather them have as thingy buildings. But anyway, we will see you in the next one soon. Take care. Bye for now.